Y'all, I can't sleep again. That's how you know I'm not depressed. Can't sleep. I started to record a video yesterday, just before I started rage cleaning. Like, yesterday turned out to be a really fucking great day. They finally came and fixed my door. And Phoenix and I made a realization. Because I haven't, first off, yesterday, well, now it's day before yesterday, I had come to the realization that, or whatever day it was, earlier this week, I had come to the realization that, holy shit, I'm not over anything from the great beef. Like, not a damn thing, right? And I made that realization while on the phone with him in real time. I was like, oh shit, you know what? I don't think there's a single fucking thing from that time that I'm actually over. Like, damn, you know? And also, in that same conversation, we had brought up No Nuts. The ex, my ex, right? And I mentioned how I brought up this one time, towards the end of, before that apartment was no more and there was a fire. There was a fire. Anyways. There was a firefight. No, shut up. Focus. Okay, anyways. Listen. Here, you little shit. Mother. You! I was trying to put on my fucking robe. You kept fucking me up, man. God damn it. Where's that boat? That goes over there. Okay. Or does it? No, I don't think it does. Nope. Not this one. Okay. So, anywho, I brought up that one time before Phoenix moved out, before the place burned down. Something that I brought it up a few times, but this is the first time he had this to say about it. So I had something different to say about that time. And that was the fact that I outed No Nuts to Phoenix in my bedroom, in front of Phoenix, like in front of No Nuts. I said, yeah, because he had been keeping me up for like a week straight, bitching and moaning about Phoenix, saying that you hear that? He's at the door right now, just talking all kinds of shit. Like, he just wants you, blah, 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 blah. And he just wanna fuck you. He don't care about you. He don't care about me. He's no friend of mine. This, that, and the third. Blah, blah, blah. And so, but in his face, opposite, right? And I said to him, right there in front of both of them, because Phoenix had come into the room, I was like, for the last week and a half, maybe 2, I honestly don't remember. It felt like it was an eternity. And he's just yappity about Phoenix. The whole fucking time. I didn't even leave the bed hardly. Hardly at all. I peed in bottles. I was afraid to leave the room because every time I left the room just to go to the bathroom, he's like, Y'all fuck, didn't you? Dude, you were sitting next to him while I was in the bathroom. How'd I manage that? How'd we manage that? And like, one day, Phoenix was in there, he was talking, I was like, this motherfucker has been talking shit about you for days now. At the time, I knew exactly how many days it had been, but I don't remember now. And I just, and then No Nuts looks at me and he's like, I said that to you in confidence. And he was pissed. I said, well, he's right here. He's right here. Phoenix is like, well, yeah, what's up, bro? What's up? Like, you got a problem or something? Like, he wasn't even saying that aggressively like I would. And like, and No Nuts backpedaled like a motherfucker. Like, nah, man, I just been stressed out and everything. I know you were cool. I was just getting stupid shit off my chest. That's why, because I didn't mean it. That's why I didn't say it to you, because I didn't mean it. I was just frustrated. And this time, when I mentioned that to Phoenix, he said, he was pretty much trying to do the same to me, turn me against you or something on the other side. I said, huh? I didn't know what to say that. I said, oh, okay. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. I didn't know that. And I got real quiet, just listening to him talk, because he didn't even get into it. I was waiting for him to, but he didn't. And eventually we get off the phone. And then like today, we were on the phone last night. Yeah. We were on the phone last night when we talked about that. And this morning, I'm like, hey, what kinds of things was No Nuts saying to try to turn you against me? And he listed everything and the lies that motherfucker told and the dog whistles. Oh my God. My ears were ringing. You don't know what she's capable of. She's unstable. I'm afraid of what would happen to you if if I weren't around, what she would do to you if I weren't around. And I'm like thinking, I'm reading all this because this was a text conversation after the phone conversation last night, and I'm reading all this, and I'm like, and then there was also a bunch of shit where he's like, you gotta stay out of it. That's my wife. And he would get mad if I tried to talk to him, tried to talk to Phoenix without No Nuts. No Nuts would get mad if Phoenix tried to talk to me without No Nuts. You can't be doing this, man. You're a grown-ass man living in her house, and my wife's house. Bro, what? She's not your wife, bro. It's all kinds of hurtful, fucked up, manipulative shit. Like, bro, what? What? Are you kidding me? So that went on for 4 months straight. 4 months straight. This is after 8 months of me and Phoenix actually building a friendship independent of No Nuts. You know? And that's why he didn't like it. That's why he did that. And it planted seeds in both of our heads because he was saying to me, No Nuts was saying to me that he's only nice to you because he wants to fuck you. Or he don't actually want to be here. He just thinks you're unstable and he's afraid you're gonna hurt yourself. That part was half true. Because Phoenix did see that I was unstable and I was this close to hurting myself. But the way he and he was afraid to leave me alone. So like he did everything the opposite of how he acted during the Great Beef. After the fire, after we got away from No Nuts, after I started staying with him at his parents' house, after all that, he started treating me the opposite of how he's ever treated me before. I was like, whoa, what? And I was blindsided, which sent me into a fucking triggered state that didn't go away until, how many months was that? Okay, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yep. Wait, I can't count. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 9 months of just being in survival mode, being in a constant triggered state that just kind of came in waves because of how he was behaving like him, like No Nuts. Phoenix was acting like No Nuts. The only difference was Phoenix was not violent. And I was like, no, this can't be Phoenix. This isn't Phoenix. This is not him. I know it's not him. Now it's one of the things that we kept yelling at each other. This isn't you. That was one of the things we kept saying. That was the overall theme throughout the whole Great Beef. Is you're acting like No Nuts is what we kept saying to each other. Those seeds sprouted in both of us. The seeds that guy planted. Because I was depressed as fuck. I mean, my place just burned down. See, this just goes to show that I did not know Phoenix that well. I really didn't. This just makes it more painfully obvious. I didn't know him that well. And he didn't know me that well, even though we were only getting to build our friendship over 8 months. How well could we possibly know each other? But he'd been known both of us for 12 fucking years, separately. He knew exactly how and where and when to poke, prod, shift, twist, manipulate. Because he knows, No Nuts knows my past and how men have treated me, including him, but he wouldn't admit to that, now would he? And he just basically just spelled out, he basically, to summarize everything No Nuts had ever said about Phoenix, is that, he's just like any other guy. Except for me. Because, I actually love you. No, you don't. I already knew that. I already knew that. The other thing is that Phoenix didn't know him as well as I did. So, those seeds were planted deep in me because I was like, there's no fucking way. You know? There's no way. Because if he was really like that, I would know. Because I know that. That is something I'm so incredibly sensitive to. Like, I can feel it. I've been raped so many fucking times in my fake ass sleep. You know? I'm like, yeah, I know this guy's gonna just... Because the dude would be... And this goes for a few hundred different dudes where I'm awake. I'm saying no. He's like, okay, cool, respect. Waits until he thinks I fell asleep, and I'm like, this motherfucker. You know? I could sense. I was like, I already knew, and I would sleep in a position that he couldn't. He had to work for it. because the first few people that did that to me, I would, quote unquote, wake up. I would let them know I'm awake, and then they'd take it anyway, and it didn't matter. So I'm like, you know what? If it's gonna happen anyway, I'm gonna dissociate with my eyes closed, okay? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I would have known. Like, too scared to run, too scared to say no. I mean, too scared to... Knowing that the dude didn't mean it. He's lying in my face. Like, you think because I'm drunk. I don't know what the fuck you did. You really think I passed out, bitch? You weren't taking no. You weren't. I knew you was lying. And with as wonderfully sweet and considerate and respectful as Phoenix had been to me, I walked around that motherfucker in my underwear. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, you know what? I was still in that mode, that mindset. If he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. At least he's handsome. You know? He didn't care. In fact, he has said to No Nuts and to me on numerous occasions, you know, that didn't even cross my mind until you kept bringing it up for 4 months. I didn't look at her that way. That was my friend. For fuck's sake, he called me sister. I called him brother. I looked at him like that too. Not anymore. I was like, oh shit. But we looked at each other like that because that's what No Nuts wanted. But he wanted us to be siblings like him and his brother. They don't talk. Ever. Like ever. Like me and my siblings. We don't talk. Ever. Estranged. We put the strange in estranged. So suddenly, but the thing is, that's what I digress greatly. No Nuts knew exactly what traumas. He knew about my trauma. He knew about that, and he used my own trauma against me because he had nothing on Phoenix. He had nothing on Phoenix. There was nothing he could point at Phoenix and say, yeah, see, you see that? That right there that he said, or that thing that he did, that's how I'm trying to tell you. Doesn't that look familiar? This is just like the other dudes. It's like all the other ones. No, he couldn't. All he had was words. I knew. It wasn't true. What I didn't know was that he was manipulating Phoenix behind my back too. Why didn't I think of that? Why did that not once occur to me? That was so silly. So silly. Not consciously silly. Subconsciously, you know? Like, he just... That was the whole thing, you know? That's why, throughout the entire Great Beef, damn near every argument we had, it was like every other argument. It was every third argument. It would be, this isn't you, this isn't you. Okay, Jacques. Is that would me saying it to him. And this is on both sides. We're both saying, this isn't you, this isn't you, this isn't you, back and forth, back and forth. 2 arguments in a row. Then on the third argument, one of us, for example, I would say, okay, Jacques, which is No Nuts' actual name. I don't give a fuck. And then, we argued 2 more times. We're both saying, this isn't you, this isn't you. Who are you, who are you? Third time, he says to me, okay, Neo, which is how he introduced himself to Phoenix in the first place when they first met. That's how him and his whole family, refers to him as, right? And I'm like, looking back, it's like, no, we knew consciously that what we were seeing wasn't us. We knew who it was, but we never made the connection until today. It was No Nuts all along. Oh, you know what? It's just, something just occurred to me. Oh, God. I might just have me an energy drink and get to some happy cleaning. Fuck some rage cleaning. Could do some happy cleaning. Oh, that motherfucker was scared of me. He knew I was done. He knew I was done. I had no love left for him, myself, anyone, anything. He knew I was done. And he knew that if we had any time alone, me and No Nuts, that is, me and that guy, he knew if him and I had any time alone, Linksy going to prison. And I wouldn't care. I would not have cared. I was done. No, actually, no. Lindsay would have murder-suicide, bitch. Not even joking. He knew this. He knew it. Why else would he be scaring Phoenix? Why would he work so hard to make sure that Phoenix was scared of me. Because he wasn't scared of Phoenix. Because he didn't say those same exact words to me. He had to only use subtlety. He used Phoenix's lack of knowing me, like his lack of closeness, knowing each other, and the fights he had witnessed between me and No Nuts. He used that against Phoenix. Because there's implied statements where you don't say it. You don't say anything referring to it, but you imply it, And then there's hinting at, where you say words, you include the words in your sentence that, like breadcrumbs, to lead you to the conclusion they want you to go to. So Phoenix saw me and No Nuts fighting. Okay? And I fight dirty. I had to. Grabbing weapons, beating that motherfucker. Because he would start with me. I'm like, oh, hell no, nigga. We doing this? And it was scary for Phoenix. Because Phoenix is a very gentle soul. I mean, he's not harmless. But he's definitely peaceful. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He really doesn't. I really don't too, but this is what happens when you take somebody like that and you put it through the shit I've been through. You get somebody who doesn't ever, really down to my core, I don't ever want to hurt nobody, but I will. He's got a short list of people he's willing to hurt anybody for. At least now he does. I ought to say anybody else for, because he had a short list already, but he was included in the people he was willing to hurt for these people, Not so much these days. I remember now, when he made that comment last night on the phone, he was doing the same thing to me to turn me against you. I asked him, I went silent for a while, waited for, there was a pause. And then I said, is that why you were the polar opposite when we moved to your parents' house versus how we were in the apartment? And he started to get into, yeah, kind of, yes, but he wouldn't say what. So today I had to ask him what. I had to know. Boom. The great beef was not one of our faults. Because from my perspective, it was him who started it. Because that was the one thing that was driving me fucking crazy. Because he kept bringing up, well, you started it. right? I'm like, no, bro, you out of nowhere started treating me like that motherfucker. Neither one of us started it. It was him all along. It was No Nuts. Wow. All the anger and rage that I felt towards Phoenix this whole time that I didn't want to acknowledge when it came to the great beef, now it is all redirected to No Nuts. And honestly, I cleaned all of it out of me. Literally. In my rage cleaning, I got that out of my system. I'm no longer angry. I can't. Wow. Because it just never made any sense. This whole time, I couldn't figure it out. He kept saying, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to show you I care. But he was doing the opposite. I was like, then why are you doing this? And it's like he couldn't hear me. And I have noticed that, yes, he is not the person he was during the Great Beef. He's not. And neither am I. Because neither one of us was who we were. Or we were out of character. So, No Nuts. Wanna fucking, he done ruined I can count, I promise. 13 months of our lives together, mine and his. Not our lives, our friendship. 13 months of our friendship. You know what I think we're gonna do? I've been budgeting. I got some help from Phoenix earlier, and he double checked all my math, and I actually got it right this time. Yeah! I took a whole different approach than what I've been doing to actually do it. I fucking just did it. Like, damn, son. Damn. Anyways, we gonna make sure we gonna have some fun for the next 13 months, starting next month. You're gonna be great. Hell yeah. We back. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I don't know. Nigga, I'm back like a Chucky bride from the afterlife. Nothing nice. Antichrist. It's a bloody night. Bloody right. He gon' fantasize about the cellulite. Tear my thighs. Got the sweet twat for your appetite. I'm out. I love you so much. Bye.